Hello and welcome to IndiaPostLive.com, India's first live and interactive web TV. We are India's first news conversation web TV. So we welcome all our participants to join in with their comments. I am Prachi Jatanya. 64-year-old Rural Development Minister Gopinath Munde passed away in a road accident on June 3rd. With his demise, now there is a huge vacuum left in the political leadership in the upcoming Maharashtra elections. What will the BJP's next move be, and who could possibly fill in the shoes of this great OBC leader who has just passed away in a tragic accident? We'll get you some more details. Take a look.
This condolence message from Narendra Modi says it all. Not only did India lose a great leader in Gopinath Munde, but so has Modi. BJP leadership had cleared his name to head the party's campaign strategy in Maharashtra. Elections are likely to be held in September this year. But now with Munde gone, the void is too big to be filled by any other leader in Maharashtra. The MP from Beed was known to enjoy a great equation with leaders of all political parties in the state. As an organization man, he was instrumental in ensuring a smooth ride for the BJP Shiv Sena combine. And as the powerful OBC leader is consumed by the holy fire, BJP faces a tough task of finding a replacement for Munde to carry forward Modi's agenda of conquering the Western Front.
And there was a somber atmosphere when his funeral was held in Beed yesterday. We'll get more details and insight on what kind of political equations will take place in Maharashtra in the coming days. For this more perspective and insight, we have in the studio joining us for this conversation Mr. Ashok Wankhede. He's a senior journalist. Thank you so much, Mr. Wankhede. And also Sanjeev Singh. He's a consulting editor with India Post Live. Thank you so much, Sanjeev, for joining us. We also have Mandar Phandse, who's the editor at SAM TV, joining us via Google Hangout from Mumbai, and we're expecting Vinita Deshmukh as well to join us from Pune. We also have Aritra Bhattacharya joining us from Kolkata. He's a political analyst joining us on the phone line. I'll just come to you, Wankhede ji. What will be, what will be the kind of changing equations in Maharashtra now after Gopinath Munde ji's demise?
See, Gopinath Munde was a leader in BJP who can be claimed as a mass leader. BJP in Maharashtra is known as a party of the Brahmins. They had only one man as a face of a rural India, or a OBC, or a backward, was Gopinath Munde, a great orator, and who used to enjoy the support of masses, not only in Marathwada, but in Vidarbha, Paschim Maharashtra, that is Western Maharashtra, and Mumbai as well. So after his death, there is a big vacuum. If you see the names, Nitin Gadkari, no doubt, a very big leader, but again a Brahmin. In Maharashtra's political scenario, Brahmins are always looked as untouchables, let me tell you. So as Muslims. We had only one chief minister, Mr. Joshi, when the NDA was in power. And he was there for a few years and he had to step down just because the hatred to Brahmin goes back to the Peshwa time and the Chhatrapati time. Now, the next is Marathas. Though they don't have a big Maratha leader, BJP. Devendra Fadnavis is the president of the party, who is a Brahmin. Tawde is another man who is leader of opposition in Vidhan Parishad. But again, he is not a mass leader. He is a great orator. Another is Khadse, who is not a Brahmin, but he has a lot of baggage of corruption with him. Because he was the minister then, and during the leader of opposition state, it is always the people of Maharashtra always shout at him because he had a lot of good relations with Congress, and most of the issues were not raised in the house. That is the blame always he has to carry. Right. So in that scenario, now you don't have a leader. See, when for the first time NDA government came to power in Maharashtra, Shiv Sena and BJP came together. Shiv Sena was known as a party which had a mass base in Mumbai and Konkan. And rest of the Maharashtra, you had Jansangh in a very scared one. Then the Bharatiya Janata Party came, but that mass base was not that big. Right. And Congress being led by Sharad Pawar, it was such a big thing. that it was impossible for anybody to shake Sharad Pawar. It was again Pramod Mahajan.
Yes.
It was during the National Executive at Shimla, BJP. They tried first time with an idea to polarize Hindus on one platform. So that idea was not taken well, but Pramod Mahajan pushed it, and they had that experiment in Maharashtra, where Shiv Sena, a hard Hindu party, they had a collaboration with them,
Yes.
and then rest of the history.
Yes.
So Pramod Mahajan planned everything, and the plan was executed by none other than Gopinath
Gopinath
Munde,
Munde.
a great orator, a mass leader who toured entire Maharashtra, and ultimately Sharad Pawar had to lose. So that big man, that big leader, when he's no more,
Yes.
so that vacuum, there is no second leadership in BJP.
Right. Mandar, I'll bring you in at this point. What are your thoughts about Mundeji's demise and the vacuum that's left after? Okay. I'll just
See,
go
as,
to...
as rightly said by Mr. Wankhede, he was a great orator, great leader. The major factor which now on will be missed by the Mahayuti, which is I guess the major cementing force of the Mahayuti parties which are there, right from Shiv Sena, BJP to other two parties like Swabhimani Shetkari Sangatna and the Mahadev Jankar's party. I think that cementing force they have lost, and that is a greater damage to the Mahayuti in Maharashtra, and that damage will really be seen in the seat sharing in the coming days also, because we are facing now the assembly elections. And I guess that's where everybody will feel the void of Mr. Gopinath Munde being not there while within the Maharashtra seat sharing in the coming days.
Very interesting. I'll also bring in political analyst from Kolkata, Aritra Bhattacharya. Thank you so much for staying with us on the phone. What is your take on how things will change in the coming months ahead, and a crucial time, for the Maharashtra BJP leadership as well with Gopinath Munde's demise?
I think one of the most important things to look forward to after Gopinath Munde's demise is going to be the role played by the Shiv Sena. Shiv Sena performed really well in the Lok Sabha polls, and assembly polls are slated in Maharashtra sometime in the next 3 or 4 months. And I think after Bal Thackeray's demise, this is the first big opportunity for the Shiv Sena to cash in. The polarization factor has been at play in Maharashtra, and with the killing of the Muslim techie in Pune over the alleged Facebook post, and the Shiv Sena's comment after that saying the first wicket has fallen, I think the polarization is set to sharpen further, and I think the Shiv Sena is going to play a big role in it.
Right. And could you possibly speculate of what names come up, like Wankhedeji has also pointed out, who could possibly fill that void left behind with Munde's passing?
At present in the state BJP in Maharashtra, there is no leader who matches the stature of Gopinath Munde. There is Gadkari, of course, but he doesn't enjoy the kind of acceptance in Maharashtra, across Maharashtra, that Gopinath Munde did. There is Mumbai Maharashtra President Fadnavis, but he's not in the same league as Gopinath Munde. So it will be interesting times ahead to look at also the equation between Shiv Sena and BJP.
Right. And the timing of the entire, the fact that Mundeji's accident happened now, he was, going to begin work as the Rural Development and Panchayati Raj Minister. So definitely for the BJP, a big blow, a representative from Maharashtra is no more, and Nitin Gadkari, of course, is on the national scene. So definitely for the Shiv Sena BJP, challenging times ahead, would you say?
Challenging times, yes, but also the Lok Sabha elections, at least for parties like Sharad Pawar's Nationalist Congress Party and the Congress to a certain extent, it was more or less decided, it was more or less clear to them which seats they were going to lose, and that, at least that's the impression that I got on the ground touring Western Maharashtra. So Pawar had played his pawns very well in terms of knowing which seats he was going to win and which he was going to lose. And the Sena BJP the workers on the ground told me that the Sena and BJP had categorized seats as A, B, C, D. D being seats they were definitely going to lose. Now with Gopinath Munde's demise, I think that the opportunity for Sharad Pawar and NCP also to rebuild some of the support that they have lost is open. But at the same time, there is a strong current that the Shiv Sena will like to take advantage of.
Great. Thank you so much for those views. Aritra, thank you so much for joining us at the conversation on India Post Live. Aritra is a journalist with The Statesman joining us from Kolkata. Thank you so much for your participation. I'll come to Sanjeev Singh here. Sanjeev, what are your thoughts on, like Aritra has pointed out, what other parties, BJP, Shiv Sena alliance, of course, Shiv Sena will look at how they can gain ground here. But what about the other parties like he's saying NCP and the Congress?
See, I think with his demise in the opposition, NCP will be the biggest gainer because the kind of inroads that Gopinath Munde had made in the Marathwada region come as a relief to the NCP. But more importantly, if you look at things right from the word go, I think Venkatesa will be better positioned to tell us. But the Shiv Sena, the alliance with the Shiv Sena could now, there could be some problem there.
One thing which he has pointed out rightly, and the SAM editor also, the equation between Shiv Sena and BJP, we'll have to monitor that. Gopinath Munde was a bridge between Shiv Sena and BJP. He was the man who would have been accepted as the chief minister by Shiv Sena. Now Raj Thackeray throwing his hat to be a chief minister. I don't know whether he will be able to get even 10 seats or 12 seats. Similarly, Uddhav Thackeray is being pressurized to put a hat. He also want to be a chief minister, though his health is not permitting. Now, as far as Congress is concerned, I think they are out of game, looking at the seats they have won. And again, NCP, I don't think that NCP will see any light in Marathwada. See, what has happened? When in Marathwada, there was another Congress strong leader called Vilasrao Deshmukh. He was a man who could churn out Maharashtra and generate a support for the party. Now, once he is no more, they couldn't get a replacement for Vilasrao Deshmukh.
Yes.
Similarly, BJP has a problem. But BJP has one biggest advantage, is that the Congress and the NCP are on deathbed. NCP got only 4 Lok Sabha seats. Out of 4 Lok Sabha seats, if you see, the first seat they got, that is their own seats, Baramati. So Baramati, it is accepted. Anybody would contest and win. But again, the margin was reduced to a great extent. Second was Satara. Satara is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, that here he contested. And he can contest as an independent, he will win. As a Congress, win, BJP win. So that doesn't matter. That is not a NCP's win.
Right.
The another is the Mahada, where Sharad Pawar used to contest. Now the Mohite Patil who won that seat, he won of his own.
Yes.
It was not a party's winning.
Right.
And the Kolhapur. Kolhapur, that Mahadi, 5 years, that is his own seat. Had he been from Congress, he would have won it. Had he been from any other party, he would have won it. So where is NCP seats?
Right.
NCP seat, Mumbai is washed out, entire Western Maharashtra is washed out. Forget about Marathwada and this thing. So Marathwada by and large was divided between Sena and BJP. Now Sena will have an upper hand. But again, will Nitin Gadkari and team share the same rapport? The irony is that Nitin Gadkari is a troubleshooter at the center. But when he goes to Maharashtra, he becomes a troublemaker.
What do you think, Mandar? What do you think about what Wankhede is actually commenting on Nitin Gadkari's leadership in Maharashtra?
Limitations, but I guess now BJP will have to really pull their socks up and work towards a formula where there will have to be a team which can be pulled in, and that team can be really without basically I would say Munde, because Munde not being there on the scenario will be a major tussle, especially with the Shiv Sena, and that's what is the major threat to the overall Mahayuti when it will come to especially the seat sharing, as I said earlier, and very I guess is better with Mr. Raj Thackeray compared to Uddhav Thackeray. So that is again one of the problems possibly the Mahayuti would face in the future. Munde not being there, and maybe a template they will have to develop BJP will have to develop a template which will have that combination of Mr. Munde like Sudhir Mungantiwar, who's again seen as uh, uh, a follower and supporter of Mr. Nitin Gadkari. So maybe for a OBC face, they will have to look up for, and that OBC face will be some Mr. Sudhir Mungantiwar.
Again, Mungattiwar, I think, is a Komti, that is a Vaishya, if I am not wrong. But now he is not that big orator. That is another problem. You need to have a combination, it's a unique cocktail of a OBC coming from a background, rural background, and a great orator. Now all things put together, it is very difficult to find a leader within 2 months.
Yeah.
Now the problem with BJP, I mean the BJP, the boon for BJP is Prithviraj Chauhan himself. The Congress continues him to be the chief minister. I think they will muster that much seats to form a government.
Right.
Who will be a chief minister? That issue can be sorted out once you are in
Get
power.
the government.
Get the government going. But the problem is that winning the seats. So Ajit Pawar and Prithviraj Chauhan, they are the two great players which will play for BJP. And I am definitely, if they are there in the power, BJP and Shiv Sena,
Get a
whether
comfortable.
there is Munde or no Munde, they will come with thumping majority.
Right.
Yeah, but I think, we're all discussing who will be the person. I don't think there will be one particular person who can actually take over, step into Munde's shoes.
Right.
Mr. Phanse was making is the fact that there is a perception that Nitin Gadkari is seen to be close to Raj Thackeray than to Uddhav Thackeray. So that could also,
Play a
somewhere be a hindrance as far as...
Again, I blame, means it is very, after his death one should not speak like this, but I personally feel it is Mahajan Munde combination that they didn't allow another leadership to grow in Maharashtra.
Possible.
Entire BJP was hijacked
Yes.
by these two people. After the death of Mahajan, the rise of Nitin Gadkari, if you watch, it was after the death of Mahajan. Otherwise, had Mahajan been there, you would have seen Nitin Gadkari again operating in Maharashtra as the president of the party maximum. So, BJP will have to think, and most of the states you've been getting the same results. To develop. So now BJP should think seriously after the death of Munde that they need to develop a second leadership
Right.
which can replace them in the time of crisis.
Right. And I believe also it was Mahajan who introduced Munde to the entire political arena.
Mahajan got Munde to politics. They were they were classmates in the college.
Right.
Otherwise, Munde was a farmer. He hardly had any interest in politics. Gopinath Munde, Pramod Mahajan, and Jaisingh Gaikwad Patil.
Yes.
They used to be a roommates. From there they started, and three of them they were ministers.
Right.
Yeah, I think they'll have to bring in 3 people, 2-3 people, bring in a blend of youngsters. Up a united face of the party, which also reflects the, caste hierarchy within Maharashtra. I think that's the only option they have as of now.
Definitely. And on that note, I will bring in Vinita Deshmukh also joining us from Pune. Ms. Vinita Deshmukh is a senior journalist and activist in Pune. I think we've lost that connection. We'll just try and get her back on. Also, like Sanjeev and Ms. Vinita, if you can hear me, thank you so much for joining us at the conversation on indiapostlive.com.
Yeah.
Your views
Thank
on
you so much.
your views on who could possibly replace, there's a void in the BJP leadership in Maharashtra. Any names that you could possibly think could fit into that gap, or what kind of challenges ahead, a litmus test for the BJP leadership in Maharashtra with the upcoming assembly elections?
The expert panelists talking about this, and they have covered most of the points, but I just feel that
There's a bit of an audio.
the entire work of making a BJP into a all-caste party has been done at
There's a bit of an audio.
stalwart work that Mr. Munde has left behind. Of course, the way he has come right from the grassroots and gone to the top, taking people along with him, it is going to be very difficult for the BJP to find a person as tall as him. But I feel that since the BJP now is a combination of even the Republican Party and just gone out of the caste system, I feel that Nitin Gadkari to me seems to be a better choice because there are just 100 days left for the elections and there are dynamic young leaders in the BJP, like my favorite being Mr. Fadnavis. But however, I feel that I don't know whether the BJP top brass is going to take any risks in this. So I feel that since Gadkari is a grassroots person and he's got organizational skills and he would have a kind of a group around him which would be seen as an all caste kind of a group, and I think that's how they would function. Rather, I am saying that they should function. And Devendra Fadnavis, if they are thinking of a young leader, a veteran leader, then it should be Nitin Gadkari. And I know that their surnames do not really gel, but they have been accepted. BJP has been accepted, and at the moment, with the Congress and NCP at its lowest ebb of its reign, I think it can pick up strength. And once again, I should say, it is thanks to Munde, who has done all the groundwork, and they've given it on the platter. And if they do not take advantage of this, I'm afraid that Congress NCP might just encroaching a wee bit into his popularity.
Interesting. I can see a lot of
But the
smiles to your comments.
Problem with what she said is correct about Nitin Gadkari. But the problem is that Nitin Gadkari is a popular in BJP, whether he's acceptable to the Maharashtra
Public.
voters. See, that's what I said. Brahmins. Joshi was a good chief minister, but he was removed because he was a Brahmin. Similarly, Nitin Gadkari has that problem. He also knows this. Another most important, will Modi give Gadkari back to Maharashtra? Because Modi will be needing Gadkari
At the center.
as a bridge between Sangh and Nagpur and Delhi.
Absolutely.
So either he has to handle Nagpur, Delhi or Mumbai and Maharashtra.
Right.
So I don't think that Modi at this stage will allow Nitin to go back to Maharashtra. Though Nitin would love to be a chief minister, let me tell you.
I have Mandar here who's also smiling through all these comments and discussion. A very engaging discussion we have here. You can also tweet your comments at @India Post Live and take forward with audio, video comments on this discussion. Mandar, go ahead.
No, of course, I was just smiling at the reactions and post Vinita's comments, especially. I guess, as rightly she also said, that BJP now to really reorganize themselves, and possibly Nitin Gadkari is one person who's again, we need to also consider the seniority factor within the Mahayuti combine also, because the Mahayuti is having all the young leaders within them and they have their own egos, and putting together all these egos towards the elections, hardly 1 month or 2 months time left with, I guess the time is very less and they will have to really think very fast and act up. Maybe Vinod Tawade, Devendra Fadnavis and Sudhir Mungantiwar, these are the three people within the states. They have that capacity. These three put together would be able to deliver the scenario of Maharashtra. Otherwise, one person post Munde is not a solution, it seems, with the BJP.
Right. Ms. Vinita, your thoughts on how difficult it will be, because you said very little time for the BJP top brass. Do you feel that now that they will not be able to really look at naming one single leader, but like you've said, and Sanjeev and Mandar are also agreeing to that they'll have to look at a combination of factors. Which party do you think will be able to get that advantage? Shiv Sena, NCP? Because we're talking of the dynamics that will change in the BJP or in the political environment in Maharashtra now.
Yeah, NCP I don't think stands to much advantage because of this. But however, now what is required is that the cadres of the Shiv Sena need to completely strengthen, and also BJP, in case it is looking at the surname kind of a thing, which it did in Pune. Like in Pune for the first time, I think that BJP had a Maratha candidate in Anil Shirore, and he won very convincingly. Anil Shirore is also known to be a very honest candidate and great organizational skills. but he is not the face of Maharashtra. So I feel that if they group in these kind of people with one person as a head, and that has to be somebody who is the face of Maharashtra, either young like Fadnavis or Tabri or Mr. Gadkari, but they have to just quickly get their act fast within a group. That's the only way. That's what I feel. And secondly, Shiv Sena has to strengthen its cadres more, and at the grassroots level, both the Shiv Sena cadre and the RSS cadre has to really work hard.
Ms. Deshmukh, since you're with us, what do you think about Raj Thackeray? And since we're talking about elections in Maharashtra, Raj Thackeray throwing in his hat into the ring to be the chief ministerial candidate for the MNS?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a desperate attempt, because all his candidates lost the deposits too. Now, 5, 6, 7 years back when he started the party, his charisma, the way he spoke, the entire youth was galvanized towards him. But then he had promised 2 lakh Maharashtrians, jobs in the banks. He had promised several other things to the youth, but he did nothing. And so finally, people have realized that it is just all that he has is the gift of the gab, and that doesn't last. And I really feel that he is what he's put in the stall, and I don't see much of a future for him as a chief minister, because as you know, the Indian voters' mind has changed dramatically, which nobody had perceived it, that they want governance and they want development. So this time the agenda is development and governance. So I don't think that maybe in 2009 people would have just switched over to Raj Thackeray, but I don't see that happening, at least as of now. I think the next 10-15 days we will have to see what what the BJP does about the Maharashtra leadership, and after that we could take a call. And also Uddhav Thackeray is known to be a very highly gentleman, has got organizational skills, but he was not the face of the vociferous and shrill and shrieky Shiv Sena that we knew about. But suddenly now it almost seems as if people would like that kind of a Shiv Sena. So there is a lot of things going on in people's mind as I talk to them. So Raj Thackeray does not certainly have a immediate advantage on an edge, because he did not prove himself, and in this Maharashtra, which has so much of urban area, they can see through statements, they can see through, and his arrogance, the way he's been talking with the TV anchors, it has really put off a lot of people.
Right. Great points there.
One
Yes, go ahead, Mandar. I believe there's a technical problem with Mandar, but I'll get final comments from Vankatesh.
I personally feel that.
One more point. I don't know whether, because I was disconnecting in between, but the very important point which I feel is about.
I think we seem to have lost his connection though, but
as far as Raj Thackeray is concerned, I am sure that he wanted to play a game. So he knowing that he lost the support of the people, still he wanted to be a chief minister, just for a reason that he wanted to put a fire to the leadership issue in Maharashtra. So as soon as he said, I want to be chief minister, people started projecting Shiv Sena as a chief minister. As soon as Shiv Sena's name came, Uddhav Thackeray's name came, there was a slogan, Upar Narendra, Niche Devendra. So Devendra Fadnavis' name came. Immediately Munde shot back. So Munde's name was there. So he has created a issue in Maharashtra, and that he is trying to get people on his agenda, knowing well that he will never be a chief minister. What he has done to Nashik is, Nashik's people, they have shown how they have voted for Shiv Sena. That means he has lost the corporation there. He has done nothing. He only knows how to shout, and how to shout at the media, how to shout at the people, and how to make false promises. The people have realized now. Now it's between Uddhav, the Shiv Sena, and BJP. Shiv Sena would have accepted Munde as a chief minister, because Uddhav has a very great equation with Munde. Now the problem is that if another man comes, whether Shiv Sena will accept them. Now this all depends on the number game.
Right.
So they have to, it is basically a competition between Shiv Sena and BJP, who will have more seats. Shiv Sena and BJP will have more seats.
Get the upper hand.
As far as NCP and Congress is concerned, sitting is in Delhi and touring Maharashtra, I can tell you one thing, that they are going to go for a compulsory VRS. They are going to go home. One thing is sure for their result will be exactly what they have shown in Lok Sabha, and I see even worse than that.
Right. Mandar, final comments from you. Please go ahead, Mandar.
Yeah, basically post Monday, I feel that the caste engineering which he has done with the Dhangar community, the Mali community, and especially with his own community called Vanjari. So this Vanjari community, where it will go, is also make a lot of difference, because since Pankaja Munde, as we seen her last 2 days, the way she has really dealt with the situation, which was very difficult, and I think rising of Pankaja Munde possibly will be a solution to at least be with the Vanjari community for BJP. Vanjari community of late was almost supporting BJP. It's a sizable community in Marathwada. It will make a definite difference when it comes to the assembly polls.
Very interesting points there by Mandar. Thank you so much to Mandar Phanse joining us from Mumbai, editor of Sam TV. Yes, Vinita.
Point.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to make a point that suddenly I had a great idea, Mr. Munde's eldest daughter has been on face on the television since yesterday, and she's already a very popular leader. I'm sure that she's the one.
Right.
No, but I don't. But
BJP don't go by that rule, and as far as Modi's things are concerned, he won't promote daughters and sons. But anyway, she can handle the Dhangar community, what exactly the Sam editor has said. She can represent them. She can be a minister in the cabinet.
Right.
Exactly.
She can do something good for the people. That's what Munde started. Munde never became a chief minister all of a sudden. He worked hard. Let Pankaja work hard. She had that knack.
Yes.
I don't know how she speaks, but like Pramod Mahajan's daughter, she is playing a role in Delhi. She will be playing a role.
And she will keep
so
the
that
vote
can
bank.
be a good combination.
Right.
But I see after 10 years or 5 years, a big role for them. But at present situation, when you are going to go for a poll after 2 months, I think it's only the Munde's name and a legacy
Right.
the BJP should ask vote for in the name of Munde.
Right.
And this community, Dhangar community, will definitely go for BJP because they will, the way they loved Munde, they will not ditch
Yes.
at least Munde, because Munde, whenever he had a problem, he solved his problem, but never joined any political party. He remained with BJP, whether he was in trouble or not.
to that point, I just like to sum it up that, in the middle, when these problems are happening with Munde within the party, he felt he was almost like an orphan in the party.
Yes.
But now when he
Sidelined.
is gone, the party is feeling orphaned with his vacuums.
Great point. Great point. On that note, we'll take the conversation online on our Twitter handle @India Post Live and our Facebook page and also our website. You can put in your feedback and participate in this discussion at indiapostlive.com. Thank you so much to all our guests joining us from Pune, Ms. Vinita Deshmukh and Mandar Phanse from Sam TV, also Aritra Bhattacharya and also Mr. Ashok Wankhadiji here in the studio, and Sanjeev Singh as well. Summing it up in a great way. We'll see what challenge lies ahead for the BJP leadership in Maharashtra with the upcoming assembly polls. Time surely is running out. Do put in your questions to our panelists and take forward this discussion. Stay tuned to indiapostlive.com. Many more interesting conversations coming up. Thank you.